This segment brought to you by Kansas Grain Sorghum, growers working together. Find out more at kansasgrainsorghum.org.
Welcome to Farm Factor. Today, Kyle Bauer is reporting from the Global Farmer Network meeting in Iowa. And we are first introduced to Charles Chenza, a farmer from Tanzania.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer. I have the opportunity to visit with Charles Chenza from Tanzania, and Charles is in Des Moines as I'm visiting with him. He is a farmer in Tanzania, but you also have an agribusiness. Tell me about that.
I am a farmer of maize grain, and I also do farm coffee. On top of that, I do import fertilizers and seeds. Fertilizers from Morocco and Norway, and seeds from nearby Zambia to give to farmers.
We have talked before what Charles calls maize, we call sorghum in this country, and of course sorghum has its roots, if you will, in Africa. When you harvest your maize, do you sell it locally, or where is it sold?
In some years we do sell locally, and also we do export to the neighboring countries like Kenya and Malawi. Normally these countries have got food deficiencies in most cases in many years. But in some cases, in some years, like this year, the government has stopped export of grain because of security reasons, food security reasons.
So they were concerned that your country wouldn't have enough food, and so they stopped the export.
Exactly, and this happened last year. Last year we exported a lot to Malawi, only to realize that after some time there was shortage in the country. And therefore, for this year, the government has decided to stop it right from the beginning. So we have not done any export.
So I assume your prices were high last year?
Yeah. The prices were very high, very, very high. It was close to $1 for last year. But this year, has gone down to less than half of $1.
Do you have an outlet to store the grain, or do you have to do that on your farm, or must you take that to another source at harvest time?
We have storage facilities for ourselves, for which we can store, but you cannot store as much as 20,000 tons. Yeah. And
your coffee, how do you market it?
For the coffee, we have a commodity auction in Tanzania, where we take the samples, and when it is tested, then buyers offer prices. And 95% of our coffee is exported to Europe and the USA.
We're visiting with Charles Chenza. He is a farmer in Tanzania. This is Kyle Bauer reporting.
Thanks, Kyle. Folks, come back after these messages for this week's Kansas Soybean Update.
KFRM is one of the largest farm radio stations in the nation, dedicated to informing and entertaining rural listeners from northern Oklahoma to southwestern Nebraska. You can catch KFRM in many ways, of course, 550 on the AM dial, streaming at kfrm.com, or on your smartphone by going to the TuneIn Radio app, or on Ag AM in Kansas on Tuesdays and Facebook every day of the week. KFRM, tune us in. You'll be glad you did.